Long before cities, before kings, before mirrors and beautiful clothes, humans walked the earth with nothing. No shirts, no shoes, no armor against the cold, just skin. Imagine it, child. A world with no houses glowing at night, no warm beds, no walls protecting you from rain or wind. Only forests, endless grasslands, dark rivers, and the sounds of animals moving through the darkness. Back then, humans looked strangely weak. Most creatures were born with something to protect them. Wolves had fur, bears had thick skin, birds had feathers. But humans had almost nothing, especially after we lost most of our body hair. And that made life very difficult. During the day, the sun burned human skin until sweat covered the body. At night, the cold crept into bones. Insects bit exposed flesh. Sharp rocks cut bare feet during long journeys across the earth. And still, humans kept walking. That is the strange thing about our species. We were never the strongest animals, but we endured. While stronger creatures rested, humans kept moving beneath the burning sun for hours, sometimes days, until other animals collapsed from exhaustion. But survival came with a price. Without fur, humans became vulnerable to everything around them: rain, snow, wind, cold nights. And for women, survival could be even harder. Imagine a mother holding a child against her chest during freezing rain while cold wind moved across open land. Imagine trying to sleep through an ice age night with nothing but firelight and darkness around you. Nature was not kind to early humans. But something important was different back then. Humans did not think about nakedness the way people do today. There was no shame in the human body, no expensive fashion, no idea of appropriate or inappropriate. A body was simply a body. It carried scars from survival, smoke from fire, and dirt from the earth. And for early humans, that was normal, especially for women. Women gave birth beside rivers and fires. They carried children across enormous distances. They fed families during winters and migrations. Ancient humans likely saw the female body not as something shameful, but as something deeply connected to life itself. But the world around them was changing. Slowly, humans began leaving the warm lands where their bodies first evolved. They traveled north into colder places, places where wind cut through skin like a blade, places where snow covered the ground for months. And suddenly, naked human skin became dangerous. Fires helped people survive, but fires could die. Human skin could not grow fur again. So one night, somewhere in the darkness of prehistory, a human wrapped animal fur around their body for warmth, not to look beautiful, not to hide themselves, simply to survive the cold. The first clothes were probably heavy, wet, and smelled like smoke and death. Animal hide scraped from fresh kills, fur stiff from dried blood, primitive coverings tied together with plant fibers or sharpened bones. Crude, uncomfortable, but life-saving. And slowly, over thousands of years, something strange happened. What began as protection from nature started becoming something more. Clothing became identity, then status, then beauty, then shame. But at the beginning, child, humans did not wear clothes to hide the body. They wore them because the world was cold, and survival was harder than pride. At first, clothing meant only one thing: survival, nothing more. Early humans did not care how animal fur looked on the body. They cared whether it kept them alive through another freezing night. A piece of hide thrown over the shoulders could mean the difference between waking up in the morning or never waking up again. But humans are strange creatures, child. We rarely leave things simple for long. Over thousands of years, the world slowly changed. humans stopped wandering endlessly across empty lands and began building villages near rivers and fertile soil. Fires became permanent, shelters became stronger, families became societies, and when survival became slightly easier, humans began noticing each other differently. For the first time, clothing became more than protection from nature. It became a language. A hunter wearing the fur of a dangerous animal looked powerful. A tribal leader decorated with feathers, bones, or rare skins appeared important. Jewelry made from shells or teeth showed skill, status, or experience. And slowly, humans began judging one another simply by appearance. A person could now walk into a village and immediately reveal something about themselves before speaking a single word. Who they were, where they came from, whether they were respected, or whether they were weak. And women often carried the heaviest burden of this transformation. Because in many early societies, the female body slowly became connected not only to life, but to reputation, attraction, and social value. A woman's appearance could affect marriage alliances, family status, and how she was treated by others around her. Decorations, jewelry, fabrics, and coverings became symbols that separated people from one another. Some women covered themselves with soft animal furs. Others wore woven plant fibers. In warmer lands, loose fabrics protected skin from the burning sun while also signaling identity and tribe membership. And somewhere along the way, humans began staring at clothing the same way they once stared at the body itself. The body became hidden. The clothing became visible. That changed human psychology forever. Because once something becomes hidden, humans become obsessed with it. Civilization continued growing. Villages became cities. Cities became kingdoms. Religion became powerful. Rules appeared. Expectations appeared. Ideas about modesty slowly spread through different cultures across the world. And for women especially, clothing began transforming into something far more complicated than survival. It became morality. In many societies, the goodness of a woman slowly became connected to how much of her body remained covered. Certain fabrics became acceptable, others became shameful. Some women were praised for modesty, while others were judged, watched, or punished for attracting attention. The same human body that once walked freely beneath open skies now carried rules created by civilization itself. And perhaps the strangest part is this, child. Most people no longer questioned it. Generation after generation grew up surrounded by clothing until fabric itself began feeling natural, while nakedness began feeling strange. Humans forgot that for most of history, their ancestors had lived completely exposed to the world, but the fear never fully disappeared. Even today, clothing still controls how people see each other. A suit can create respect before a person even speaks. A uniform can create authority. Expensive brands can signal wealth. Beautiful dresses can attract attention. Simple clothing can make someone invisible in a crowd. And women still experience this pressure more intensely than men in many parts of the world. Too revealing, and society judges them. Too covered, and society judges them again. Too beautiful, and people stare. Too plain, and people overlook them completely. Clothing no longer protects humans from winter alone. Now it protects people from embarrassment, rejection, and social humiliation. That is how far humanity has traveled. From frightened humans wrapping bloody animal hides around their freezing bodies beside ancient fires, to modern people standing before mirrors, terrified not of nature, but of each other. And all of it began with a cold night long ago, when a human being first realized that naked skin alone could not survive the world forever.